So great to be here today. What a beautiful day for National School Choice Advocacy Week. It is a wonderful week where we're celebrating the beautiful thing that happens when every single child is seen and treated as unique as they are, whether it is homeschooling, public school, charter school, private school, micro school, whatever it is. And what a great day to witness the amazing talents and oratory skills even of the students. We heard bands, we heard choirs, we heard amazing moving speeches. I tell you, when you see the fruit of school choice, you know it is the right thing, not just for every child, for every family, but also for Colorado and for the country.
Well, we're all here for different reasons, and I want to briefly, as we kick off this day, share mine. Like so many of you here, when I started Parents United America 7 years ago, it was just at the very beginning of school choice and this movement growing. And my main reason for doing it was simple. I'm a mom. I have 2 children. And anyone who has more than one child understands how different, how unique, how special every single child is. For my husband Jonathan and I, the gentleman in the center, who is an 82nd Airborne veteran, happy to raise our family together, Jonathan. But for my husband and I, this came really close to home. You see, we have a son who is a traditional learner, and we have a daughter who is autistic. I'll never forget the day when we began to see that she was truly struggling, not just academically, but also emotionally and socially. Fortunately, we were able to transfer her to a different type of a school that fit her needs perfectly. I get choked up when I think about it now, because I do not know where she would be without school choice. Our daughter is now 21 years old. She is running a successful business that also serves other people in the autistic community. That is all because of school choice. You see, we have personally experienced the power, the beauty of school choice, and we want to make sure that every other family has that same opportunity, where the uniqueness of each child is recognized, where they're able to learn in an environment that fits them best, where parents who know their children better than anyone else are empowered to make the right educational decisions for their children, where teachers are valued and supported. We want that freedom for everyone, and that is why we are all here today. I'm grateful because you see, the movement that I saw beginning to kindle a flame 7 years ago is now racing across our country, and it's right here in Colorado. Yeah. Indeed. You see, we're getting to a tipping point. Most movements in history take off, skyrocket, plateau, and they do one of 2 things. They either taper off after that or they grow to critical mass. Today, we are here to make sure that this movement for school choice reaches critical mass so every child in our country can thrive. That's why I'm grateful that you are here today. But as we begin to prepare to go forward from here, I want to share one final story. I got to share the story of 2 children in our home. But as we remember that the work is just beginning, I want to share one other story so we leave here with a charge to continue this movement. There's a mom that I got to speak to who also had 2 children. She did not have the privilege that we had of school choice. Her first child, her son, went to a school where he was not safe. It took him down a pathway and he eventually died of addiction. Her daughter, rightly named Miracle, did have the opportunity of school choice. Her pathway was very different, and she's on her way to becoming a doctor. She wants to work with others to make sure they do not have the same fate as her brother. This was the same mother, the same family, the same household. What was the difference between the first son and the miracle that literally happened? The difference was school choice. So as we prepare to leave from here, here's our charge. Let's go out inspired by the stories that we've heard, encouraged by the talents and the music that we have enjoyed, but also knowing this, it is our charge to go forward into our communities, into our school districts, to talk to our neighbors, to make sure that every single one of us does our part to make sure that there's a miracle for every child to find an education where they will thrive. So the story of the one son will not happen anymore. That's our charge going forward. And here's the good news. Looking out at every single one of you, seeing these amazing students in schools, I know that we can do it. We can take this movement of educational freedom to critical mass. but it'll take every one of us. That's why I'm so grateful for every one of you here, and I want to ask two things of you before we leave. First of all, make sure to scan the QR code on the back of your program so you can join us here next year, and we can celebrate even more as this movement advances. And lastly, this movement is about every single one of you. So we'd like to close by having all of you come up onto the steps so we can take a photo of what school choice really looks like. Please join us. Thank you, and God bless every single one of you.
Colorado has a wonderful history of school choice, and we're all here to make sure that that continues so that every single child can flourish. Hope you join us next year.